I am making this video because I have seen a lot of fighting in our community, which is something I thought I would never see in the cannabis community.
You know, for stoners, the mood in this community is kind of off. Vibe check. Hello, I'm August Q, and in case you didn't know, I smoke cannabis. Half of the planet partakes in the plant, so I'm failing to see it as any kind of shock. And as an avid stoner, and as someone who's been stuck in quarantine for almost a year now, I consume a lot of cannabis-related content on the internet. But recently,
there's been a lot of really nasty things said back and forth.
I don't know if I would characterize it like that, but there's been some drama. So pull up a chair and grab the beverage or bong of your choice and let's get lit. I was somewhat surprised that none of the commentary YouTubers picked up on this story because half of them live in LA, so I assume that you guys smoke weed.
I'm just telling you what happened in my life with her. I have to talk about it. I can't hold it any longer. It needs to get out because it makes me mentally insane and it makes me hate myself, and I think I'm fat and ugly.
Cannabis has been gaining popularity recently due to the coming end of the war on drugs.
We knew we couldn't make it illegal to be either against the war or black. But by getting the public to associate the hippies with marijuana and blacks with heroin, and then criminalizing both heavily, we could disrupt those communities. We could arrest their leaders, raid their homes, break up their meetings, and vilify them night after night on the evening news. Did we know we were lying about the drugs? Of course we did.
Yeah, so the war on drugs is really dumb, and useless, and ineffective. I could go on about that, but I won't. Many states are decriminalizing, legalizing, and regulating. And once capitalism got its grubby hands on it, it refused to let go. Almost immediately after cannabis was legalized in California, influencers started to take advantage of the industry.
My name is Angela. On Instagram, I am known as Koala Puffs.
Koala Puffs is an influencer with 695,000 followers on Instagram and 283,000 YouTube subscribers.
The biggest of all of us weed influencers. She's literally the biggest.
She creates almost exclusively content about cannabis. She does vlogs, get ready with me's, reviews, and some attempts at comedy. And let me tell you, she's not like other girls.
Because I'm an activity stoner. I like to do things. That is also known as a pain in the ass stoner. Because most people just want to chill. And I'm just like, I'm high, let's go bowling. And other people are like, I'm stoned as fuck, I don't want to lift heavy balls. And I'm like, that seems like the perfect thing to do. Let's pick them up and roll them towards pins. Hypothetical conversation.
She makes a lot of content with her friends. She makes content with her mom.
Wait, now. Okay.
Continue.
My little burper. I burp a lot. We all know this.
But does she have a weed tube channel?
Petty.
As soon as she knew she did something wrong, and she will start crying like right away. I'm like, why are you crying? And she's like, bleh.
Ooh, but we'll get to all that. Since starting her channel, she's started her own line of merch and CBD gummies, recorded her own song, produced a music video. She also starred in some stoner comedy called 420, but I've never seen it. Koala Puffs has won 2 High Times Awards and 1 West Coast Cure Award, and a while back she helped run a nationwide beach cleanup. And before a couple weeks ago, she was considered a humanitarian who cared about animals and the environment and was really nice to her friends and generally well liked in the community.
All I have to say, is she friends with anybody she was friends with a year ago?
Plus, you know, she smoked a lot of weed, so that was a big in for her.
I want to be your internet stoner best friend.
And I'm not sure if you noticed this, but she's white. Like, really white.
I was born and raised in Ukraine. I moved to the United States in 2005.
I feel as though a person's skin color really goes without saying, but it has some relevance in this controversy.
Racist?
I know, shock. And not only is race and racism particularly relevant to this controversy, being a white influencer already gave her a leg up in the industry. She was featured on a few episodes of Tipsy Bartender and started gaining popularity and that ever-elusive internet clout. Her original, more sober account had gained 60,000 followers just on her personality and guest appearances alone. And then she was introduced to cannabis.
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to my first official YouTube dedicated video. It is so windy outside. Planes keep flying. I'm just trying to finish this video and I'm getting stressed out.
Yeah, and as cringe as some of this content is for me to watch now, she was really popular. I ate this up when I watched her the first time.
I've only been smoking for about 3 years and people find that so crazy when I tell them.
This was just this quirky, funny content that kind of made up her brand. That was her platform. That was her persona, to say. That friendly attitude was also a big part of her brand.
exactly a month ago from today was my 25th birthday, and I had 10 of the baddest bitches around come and celebrate it with me. A couple of us even went and got tattoos.
She was always hosting parties and having meetups with other influencers in the industry so that she could seem more approachable.
Okay, so Marley has landed. Her handle is Tweedledoob on Instagram. She makes some really cool content. You guys should check her out.
Her best friend in the industry was definitely MacDizzle.
About a year ago, I met a YouTuber slash Instagrammer named MacDizzle420 that you may know as the girl who started Two Girls, One Bomb with Joya. Her and I moved in together and started filming content together, and we now have a mutual Instagram account called Koala Puffs.
I don't want to be the one to say it, but Sasha roofied the water supply. And I don't know whether to tell people or to just like find out what happens. So cheers to that. Happy birthday, Koala.
Mac, or MacDizzle420, is another cannabis influencer with 465,000 Instagram followers and 159,000 YouTube subscribers.
Hey guys, welcome to my first vlog. Just wanted to use this channel for like vlogs and stuff, and just more Mac stuff, not necessarily like high-rise TV stuff, but just moi.
She started her YouTube channel in 2017, but she started posting to her Instagram account in 2013.
So I'm leaving to go get myself some food, and I find this guy literally just canoodling outside the warehouse, up to no good. What were you doing, Cheech?
Koala and MacDizzle met and became fast friends and officially started posting content together after their marriage in 2018.
You finished editing? Can we hang out now?
I'm almost like...
Which, as a queer person, seems weird in retrospect. I just want to point that out. Especially because Mac is a queer person and the way that this story turns out. Anyway, they had a business partnership and a friendship.
Hotbox was actually the first thing Mac and I filmed together. I don't know if you guys remember the video.
They also lived together.
If I didn't have Mac, I would be smoking alone, and it sucks smoking by yourself. Because like I have Mac, we play Nintendo 64 sometimes. We play Uno, we do a puzzle, and it's so fun. Oh my god, you guys, I am like shook right now. Are you really eating pizza at an important time like this?
You asked me to do something in the middle of
Not
the
eating
pizza.
And this was the sort of relationship that kind of dictated their lives. They had some mutual friends like Silence Tippy, JoyaRide, IzzyBlazee.
We have Tweedledoob coming in from Toronto. We have Whitney, which is Sunny Days, and McCarter coming in from Denver, as well as IzzyBlazee.
Do not assume just because of friendships or something that you're seeing on social media that dictates loyalty.
We also have Trippy Trees and Blunted Objects that will be here. We have Angela Mazzanti that will be joining.
Yeah. We forgot Mac and Joya.
Oh, Mac and Joya.
So they're friends, right? How did this girl go from the most popular and universally well-liked influencer in the cannabis industry to losing all of her friends and business contacts in less than a year? 2020 was a ride for all of us.
And the most best memories that I have with anybody is when we were home.
Okay, hi Koala. I just want to say happy birthday, girl. I love you so much. You have, I don't want to get emotional. You've just helped me grow so much as a person in the last year, and
Oh, she's gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Oh no! No, I don't want to cry.
I love you so much, and I'm so happy to see you thriving and winning, and I just want to keep seeing you thriving and winning. I feel so blessed to be your roommate and one of your best friends and somebody who gets to spend so much time with you.
So fuck you for making me cry.
First of all, I just wanted to say cheers to Koala, who came into this cannabis industry just wanting to be friends with everyone, and look what she did. Amazing that you brought us all here together.
So what happened? MacDizzle and Koala went from best friends and roommates, practically family, to enemies and strangers in less than a year.
She loves love. Things you need to know about Koala is she loves love.
Everything seemed fine in their friendship until...
For more Two Girls One Bond content, check us out on the WeTube. We have full-length videos up there that have never been released on YouTube. We post videos two places. We post here and we post on the WeTube. So if you're looking for a lot of good content, it's there. And she has a million amazing videos up.
It's all going to be exclusive.
It's all exclusive. We're not posting the same thing two places. Exclusive content at different places.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but Koala didn't go to the WeTube launch.
Today is the WeTube launch party. I need you to know there's another place to watch all of our content.
The WeTube.com, motherfuckers. And there will be an app on your phone.
The app is releasing today.
right now.
Joya and MacDizzle are both creators of the website, so it was kind of weird for Koala to not go.
Make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow, make sure you check us out on the WeTube.
All that. TheWeTube.com.
There was a lot of petty drama surrounding that whole thing, which was very interesting to learn about.
And I asked Mac, companies want me to work this weekend. Steezy asked me to be in Vegas this weekend while the WeTube app launches. Do you care if I go? I don't care. Go. Make your money. And then I'm the bad guy that turned on the WeTube.
Pretty big issue that occurred was between Koala and Aaron from the WeTube. Long story short, Koala bails out of the party, the app launch party, which is not a huge deal. It's just something that I remember because she is our biggest creator and like we wanted her there.
Screenshots got brought up about the WeTube. Let's talk about that. I know everybody's been wanting to know why I don't post on the WeTube. I don't post on the WeTube because I didn't feel valued.
Full ass admitting to Joya's accusations. Cool. And by the way, that's kind of a stupid critique. Koala should have been posting to the WeTube regardless of how valued she felt. She should have done it just to support her friends.
I specifically did not start a YouTube account because I wanted to help the WeTube grow and I wanted people to have a safe space to post with cannabis.
She could have done it for the freedom of expression or the ability to interact with her community in a new way and engage with her audience on a smaller and more personal level. But she didn't do that. Is she valued over at YouTube? Is she valued over on any of the other platforms that she keeps getting deleted from? And I'm sure her videos were pushed very heavily because she was the best performing person on the platform. Joya made a point to mention that a couple times.
She was the biggest creator on the WeTube. She was bringing a ton of traffic, a ton. She was definitely put on a bit of a pedestal for a little bit because she was bringing so many people to the site. The biggest of all of us weed influencers. She's literally the biggest. Like I said, she's the biggest creator on the site. But also, and granted, like she's bringing a ton of people to the site.
Why do you expect special treatment wherever you go?
I'm so entitled.
The Apple App Store for a weed related app, it's pretty difficult to get through, to get on. They denied the WeTube app twice. The reason for the denial was they believed that the WeTube was promoting overconsumption. Mac and Koala were fucking beasts in it. That's what people like to fucking see. MacDizzle immediately was like, do I need to take down my videos? And Koala did not have anything to say about that. If the Apple Store needs to see somebody on the WeTube site, we're picking Megan Hughes because she is wholesome as fuck. The overconsumption thing is not an issue.
But I'm requesting so much to have my photo or my profile used as a screenshot for an app example on Android and Apple.
After that decision was made, Koala had sent Aaron a text message. Is Megan Hughes gonna be the face of the app, or the people that actually built this community and are a part of the cannabis industry, as if Megan Hughes is not a part of the cannabis industry? Aaron had already done a lot to accommodate her at that point. Aaron threw it right back at her, but not for a long time, not until that point.
Why is Aaron not talking about how he called me and yelled at me several times? Sasha was there during one of those conversations.
Things were already pretty weird. Even the community noticed.
After all of this happened, all this drama with Aaron and the WeTube and whatever, she went and deleted her channel from the WeTube. So she was like, if I'm not gonna be your very first priority, if you're not gonna treat me like the princess that I am, nobody's gonna be able to find my content on your website. Petty. Petty, 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 petty. The pettiest, in fact.
And pretty soon after, MacDizzle moved out. Koala says that they no longer live together because she was really uncomfortable when her address was leaked.
I received messages from Silence Hippie and other fans that follow me that my address where Mac and I lived was in a WeTube video that was up for 2 months. And when I acknowledged Mac about it, I was made feel like I was crazy to not feel safe living in my home, not knowing what people know where I live.
So I can understand how that would be uncomfortable, but you know, it doesn't really seem like that's the reason that she moved out. Believe it or not, there is another stoner involved in this scandal. Another weedfluencer.
People who have been here for like a while, a few years, some of you guys have like popped into live streams where I've been like ranting, spilling the tea.
And to be honest, without her allegations, I don't even think we would have found out about the other stuff. LexiJune is a social media influencer in the cannabis industry with 214,000 Instagram followers. Have a YouTube presence, but even I was following her on Instagram when I first started smoking. She's been in the Canna family for longer than Koala Puffs, but they've been around social media for about the same amount of time.
I knew her before she was a part of the cannabis industry. We kind of had like a passive-aggressive story war of her being like, there's no need for the negativity, and like meanwhile there's like a vein popping out of her forehead. It's like, there's no need for the negativity. If there's room for everybody to coexist in this space, then why did a company that I've never spoken to, never worked with in my life, feel the need that your shit talking was so bad that they had to literally reach out to me and message me? She literally said about a company that we were getting free wax from and that was paying me so that I could pay my bills. She told them that we were talking shit on the company. What in what world? And where, when, how? How?
Good Lord, I'm gonna have to tell some of the backstory because she trips over her words a little bit.
Free of my life, take her home. 2 years ago, I did try and talk about all this shit, and basically I just got so much hate, got shit on, called a liar, people were like, fuck you, and basically my page just got deleted. There's a lot, so you guys are really gonna have to like bear with me. Like, you guys are basically watching a YouTube video right now.
Hey, you are watching a YouTube video right now. When Lexi first started her LexiDabs page, she was working with a management company, and her manager told her about Angela.
Oops, not to say names, but that's what I knew her as. Sorry, for legal reasons, because she wants to get her lawyers involved. I wasn't trying to say any fucking names.
I'm pretty sure you're throwing caution to the wind at this point.
It is Koala Puffs. Like, not to just out her name, but like, yes, it is.
But she continues to try to keep her name a secret for the entirety of the live stream, and I find it hilarious.
Can we just like do that? That was like, as in like koala, not like anything mean, just for the record. It wasn't being mean. I met her, her Instagram handle was literally her name, and her YouTube was literally like Angela with a J.
She was a new influencer, she had around 40,000 followers, and she had just started smoking cannabis.
We made hella videos, they popped off, people fucking loved the two of us together.
I just want to say that Lexi takes some time out of her accusations to compliment her.
She is a hard fucking worker. She gets her shit done. She stays on fucking task.
Eventually, their friendship grew, they were doing more events together, and they had stayed at each other's houses. They even met each other's boyfriends.
We all had a great time together. It was fine, chill vibes, everything was great.
So they decided that they would do a meet and greet for LexiJune's birthday. So Lexi and her boyfriend Sam would spend her 21st birthday weekend at Angela's house.
Please keep in mind, this was my 21st birthday. Also keep in mind, Sam had been graduated from high school.
She said that she had confirmed with Angela when she bought her plane tickets and 2 days beforehand that she was going to be staying with her, but the day before she flew out there, Angela asked her,
"Oh, where are you guys staying?" And I was like,
I was under the impression I was
she had just gotten surgery. The company said like maybe she just took her pain meds and forgot. That was confusing at first, and that was just the start to the weekend.
So yeah, that's pretty awkward. Suddenly Lexi is in a position where she has to rush to get a hotel room.
Because we could not fucking afford just to get a fucking nice hotel room. Like that's why Angela was like, stay with us. It's your birthday weekend too. Like, you know, we've got a guest room. You're always welcome here. Literally even one time was like, you should just move in.
November 4th, the day before Lexi's birthday, LexiJune, LexiDabs, Lexi Smokes, the bong-ripping Cali girl we all know and love from the cannabis community, gets a call from Koala while she's getting her nails done.
The company is asking for you to not wear a bra as a shirt. Y'all know that I used to wear like bras as shirts all the time, like those Calvin Klein bras or like bralettes. That was like my shit. Don't say anything. Like, if you could just be mature about something for once, like be mature about this. I vividly remember her saying, wear like a crop top. I'm not trying to be like misquoted or anything, so if anybody else is screen recording this, feel free to send it over.
Girl, I got you. Hit me up. I got him. I was sitting there watching it like, but it's on your IGTV, so I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who has it.
If you're gonna fucking hire me for something, you're hiring me for it. I was getting paid for this meet and greet. Not a lot, but I was getting paid. I was very upset about this and taken back and shocked because none of the companies were really seemed like that. I reached out to the company, I sent them a message. I'm gonna dress how I'm gonna dress. They called me right away. Instantly got a call from the lady at the company. She was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you mean you have no idea what I'm talking about? And I was like not happy. I was upset. I was like, I had been crying. And then I started getting texts from the person.
The girl.
Basically the lady was like, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna call her right now and talk to her about that. That's why she told me not to say anything and to just be mature about it. Still getting my nails done, you guys. I went outside. She yells at me. She's like, I told you to just be mature for once. Like, the company didn't even say that, okay? I was just saying that. Just literally admitted to everything. Didn't deny it at all.
I'm not understanding why I'm being put out to be this terrible person.
Didn't apologize for it yet. I called the company and I said, like, I don't have to come. Like, it's really not a big deal. Like, she told me I ruined the whole thing. I don't want to come if I literally ruined it. They were like, no, like, we can't have a Lexi Koala meet and greet without Lexi. Like, that doesn't make sense. And like, my birthday was the next day. Eventually I was like, okay, like, it's fine, I'll go, whatever. First she acted like nothing happened. Eventually at one point she like pulled me aside and she's like, sorry. And then like we hugged. Then like everything was just like fine or whatever. It like wasn't fine. Like, my feelings were still very much hurt and it was still very uncomfortable.
So not only did that weird situation happen, but there was another strange situation with them filming together.
I literally got yelled at while we were filming.
Screamed at.
When that's not even who, I didn't know that I was supposed to even call her by her stage name. I met her, her Instagram handle was literally her name and her YouTube was literally like Angela with a J. So it's like quiet on set when people are filming, and I was filming with people from Loaded Up. She was not filming, and I was telling a story of something like that happened with us, and I said her name. She like got super mad, and like they all saw that. She yelled at me, got hell mad, and then I was like, I don't even know what I was talking about anymore. That's not what I knew her with. And like, I helped her with the name Koala Puffs. Like, she called me and we talked about it.
They went through some drama back and forth online, and as cannabis influencers, they kept getting their accounts deleted.
I posted saying like, it's interesting to me because all these companies or all these people that got deleted this round seem to have been people that use automation software. And Angela had just been deleted too, and I guess Nug Thug, who's whack as hell as well, got personally offended by this.
Automated software is when you download an app essentially and you pay to have bots watch your videos, have bots follow you, have bots comment.
She got personally offended by that. At this point, I had her blocked. She responded on her merch page and said, ha ha ha! Is that so? The fact that you think you know who I'm talking about is humorous, Angela. There's definitely a whole flood of accounts on automation software and like 6 of them got deleted. It's just fact. Didn't realize I didn't have this account of yours blocked. My B.
Lexi and Koala had planned another meet and greet that was to take place after this uncomfortable Loaded Up taping.
Things also kind of at one point switched from feeling just like good friends to kind of like it was like kind of felt competitive. I don't know like where the accent just came from.
A popular face in the cannabis community, Tommy Chong, had asked her to do a photo shoot at his home in LA.
I was so excited, you guys!
But since she was living further out of town, she asked if she could do it the next time she was around.
So I texted her thinking we were good friends. The next day she was like, oh my gosh, Tommy Chong messaged me too, and then like sent me a screenshot, and like she had messaged him, and then they ended up having her do the shoot instead of me since she was local and I wasn't. And I was like, I ended up going live that night too. On that live stream, somebody was like, literally like, are you sure this is your friend? Like, she's literally been like insulting you the entire live stream and you just keep laughing. Having a friend
someone tell you that your
you
boobs should be in a different spot than they are.
And what you can't wear.
And that your lips are too big, and that your nails are ugly, and what else? What else did she say?
That's so much.
That's so much!
So this is when the thing happened where she like grabbed my boobs and dropped it.
Signed in, we hung out downstairs, everything was casual. Then we got upstairs, we were sitting on the couches. You were sitting here, she was sitting here, I was watching from over here, and she went, oh, you know what? This is no, they need to be up here. This is where they should sit.
I don't even
grabbing your tits. And I was just like, did I just witness that? Did I just see that?
Lexi reached out to another influencer who had had a falling out with Koala, and this person said that they had heard that story once before, but differently.
And a company reached out to me that I had never worked with before. I'm not gonna say what company either, so just don't even ask. Basically said to me like, hey, like you're like not gonna like what I'm gonna say, but like I have to tell you this. And this is a company that had a falling out with her because she was asking for $10,000 or something like that. And they were like, why would we pay you that? We're already paying you like $4,000 or something like that. Company I had never talked to, I've never spoken to them. First, she told me you were like 18. She bought me a cake for my 21st birthday.
But she's telling people you're 18.
But she's telling companies I'm 18. And she said you dated some loser guy who's a senior in high school and he mooched everything from you and didn't work, yada, yada, yada. First off, he has a job. We literally even at one point opened up our own weed delivery company in the Bay Area. They said, because we thought about working with you a long time ago, like I was going to work with her because I saw you guys together all the time and I was like power duo, you know? So when we took her and her boyfriend at the time out to dinner, naturally I asked her the question and she told me you were very young and immature still, but a sweet girl, and I asked why immature, and then she told me about the meet and greet.
Koala responded to this on Twitter.
There are some really serious and very upsetting allegations being made about me. I waited to respond because they aren't true, and I've been in a state of complete shock since they were made. The allegations are about sexual assault, specifically about me allegedly assaulting another woman a couple years ago, making negative comments about her body. I have been a victim of sexual assault myself, as well as being body shamed, and I would never do that to another human being. I know what the pain feels like to look in the mirror and not like how your body looks. My heart is utterly broken to hear these false allegations against me. These allegations are coming from someone who has been campaigning against me for years, encouraging her followers to report my Instagram account and leave hateful comments. I have hired lawyers because I have to protect myself, but we are not going to keep this slander alive by posting or responding to the falsehoods on social media. I appreciate all of the supportive comments and personal messages that have been sent my way. Koala.
So she's not going to respond, but she did respond on Twitter and Instagram.
I am making this video because I have seen a lot of fighting in our community, which is something I thought I would never see in the cannabis community. And I know a lot of it is about me, and a lot of people want me to speak up and talk about everything that's going on and share my side of the story. First, I want to say I am so sorry to any of my friends, fans, family members that have been impacted negatively by this. There's been a lot of really nasty things said back and forth,
and both of them were not great.
Everybody's coming at me, and I'm sorry to sound so defensive, but I'm not understanding why I'm being so ganged up on, and the people that rode with me where everything was amazing are suddenly not there anymore.
No accountability, no apology, just deny that it happened.
I wanted to jump in and kind of talk about everything that's being brought up right now. LexiJune. I'm not really sure what happened there. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We did a small meetup and event where a third-party company, Lip Smoked, had requested me to ask Lexi to wear a shirt, which has now been brought up to question. That was never said, so I want to put it out there. Lip Smoke, if you can please say something that statement was said and that request was made, because we were doing an event in downtown LA and Brittany from Lip Smoke didn't think that it was a safe area, so she wanted us to be as safe as possible. After that moment, I don't know what changed. I still have text messages from Lexi up until the very last text message from her saying, let's have a girls' night, let me come over, I miss you. So I'm not understanding how during all that I could have made somebody feel uncomfortable, and that's why I'm bringing up the sexual assault accusations. Never have I grabbed Lexi's boobs, moved them up or down, said any kind of statement, and I want to make that very clear.
I kept walking over to my phone while this was recording, and I was like, wow, still talking, huh? What exactly does it take 30 minutes to say? Pretty sure you don't need a half hour to apologize, Tana.
I'm just appalled that that's even being brought up, because sexual assault accusations are very serious. A lot of people are sexual assault victims, so this is bringing up a lot of trauma for people, including myself. Some real situations that have occurred in the past, and this is really difficult to relive. Last time I reached out to Lexi, I sent a whole ass text message asking what went wrong, how we got here, can we talk? Never heard back until now with the accusations.
I'm not gonna talk to Angela about this anymore, because the one time she reached out to me about this was her getting offended about a post that wasn't even about her, and the second time was her texting me telling me, I'm sorry you're upset we're not a duo anymore. That's not what the issue was, and what the fuck? And I didn't even respond. She typed out this long ass shit being like, sorry if you feel replaced by Mac, which was never the issue. I always fucking liked Mac. I fucking used to watch Mac when I was in like high school. Like, I obviously thought Mac was cool.
With the accusations being made, there was a lot of heat that was sent my way. Pretty much all of the Rusty Spoons team has turned on me. Most of them texted me about how much they love me and have had nothing but positive experiences with me, but the heat that they're getting online is a bit too much and they just need to distance themselves from me. Nobody's ever needed to distance themselves from me when we were traveling, when I was reaching out to companies and offering all of our services and making money for all of us, when, you know, we had some new opportunities come up, when we were all sharing rooms and beds and hanging out and sharing our stories and our life experiences. That was never brought up for years. Even my birthday video from last year, everybody made testimonials about how great of a person I am and how I helped them get here and how much they love me.
Well, not everybody now, did they? Let's not exaggerate.
Joya, I barely spent time with you. You would come over to my house, you would film with Mac, you would act like I'm not even there. But to make Mac feel comfortable, I invited you to my birthday. I wanted you to be there. I didn't want Mac to feel like it was just a bunch of my friends because she wasn't that close with everybody. And then what? Joya's birthday is like a couple of weeks after that, and a call comes in from Corinne to Mac, hey, we're throwing Joya a birthday. You're invited, but Koala specifically not. How do you guys think that made me feel? And now I'm the asshole?
Yo, if someone wholeheartedly doesn't want you at their birthday, you probably are the asshole.
And now, a year later, what happened? What could I have done in the meantime that made everybody turn on me? And
This happened. And I'm sure this isn't the first time you've had that angry face. I'm sure this isn't the first time you've thought something hateful about either of these people.
I would love to talk about this because my text messages to me is about how great I've been to them and how much they love me, but they can't stand by me with all this negativity around my name.
I wouldn't, but people can make their own choices.
I don't understand because I would fight for my friends to the end, no matter what.
Maybe because you had some good friends and then you kind of blew it with them. You'd fight for them because they were great. And you say you'd fight for them, but where is the fighting? You hopped onto IG Live in a minute.
For Izzy to go on a live stream and for everybody to be in there, when everybody has my phone number and could call me and FaceTime me and have my address, they could show up at my house, like, just be like, hey, like, this is how you made us feel. None of that. I got text messages during Lexi making these accusations about how crazy this all was and how they feel so bad for me. And the fact that Mac was making side comments on Twitter was so messed up. And now what? Everybody turned around because it's not convenient to be around me anymore. The spotlight has gotten too dark. I don't understand.
You're willfully not understanding at this point.
And Mac, to be honest with you, like, let me just say this. When I met Mac lost her YouTube channel. Mac, you had nothing. I bought you everything that you needed. I loaned you any money that you needed. I tried to lock in as many deals for you as I could. I would take less so that the two of us could get more, so you could make more money. I would do our taxes. I would pay all of our bills. I would arrange all of our grocery shopping.
Okay, but why though? Mac is an adult. There was no point that you needed to do her taxes. TurboTax exists, and anyone with influencer money can afford an accountant.
And continuously I brought up to you that I felt like you didn't love me, that you didn't care about me, that I felt like I was rubbing you the wrong way. And it was always put on me that I have too high of expectations out of friendships and relationships, and that my expectations are here, and that's why I feel like people are here, because people can't treat people up here. Mac, you sat here on this very couch outside and told me how you've been jealous and you wanted to be a good friend and you've been a bad friend. And that was like 4 months ago. The very first night that you moved in, you brought a dude over to my ex-boyfriend's place, even though I told you that made me uncomfortable. I asked you not to, and you brushed it off like it was no big deal. And then put it on me that I had some sort of trust issues after that. All friendships have good and bad. We've had really great moments. We've had some shitty moments. And I was willing to deal with all of that until my safety was put in jeopardy. And that is why, for those of you that don't know, why I moved out.
So it wasn't just because Mac was a bad friend. Okay.
I gave you 15 extra days before I put in a 30-day move-out notice to give you time to find somewhere to live. And you went around to my friends and been like, I don't know where I'm gonna live. Andrew's leaving me behind. I never left you behind.
What a friend. You were breaking a lease. Giving her more than the 30 days notice is pretty bare minimum, considering is that she was your best friend. Hey.
My mom would come over and watch our dogs when we were traveling. I would leave my mom extra money. Like, I would never ask you for anything. I just wanted a friend. I paid for our entire deposit.
Money.
Down payment.
Money.
My pet rent.
Money.
Your pet rent.
Money.
When I moved out, you got hurt. You hit your head on the wall. You left a bunch of trash behind. I didn't get my deposit back. I never said a single thing to you about that.
Money. So basically that was Koala's video. Basically some shameless dragging of her ex-best friend over money and petty bullshit.
I have a driver's license or a car. When we lived together, I drove you wherever I could. I even got yelled at when I asked, hey, is it okay if I don't wait for you to get your nails done for 3 hours anymore? And it's an hour away because we continued doing that. You remember when we kept going to Vanessa to get our nails done.
Do you remember Joya from 2 Girls, 1 Bong?
Hey guys, hello people of the internet.
Here's what she had to say about that.
So LexiJune came out and said, you know, she made me very uncomfortable in multiple situations. It's really easy for everybody to pick one thing out of everything that she said, which was the sexual assault, which is a huge fucking deal. I wish I could say that I don't believe that she said that, but I 100% believe that she did that and said that and did that whole fucking thing.
And when Joya says that she totally believes that Koala would do something like that, I would just like to point out that at Koala's 25th birthday, she did this.
Do we get to see your new boobs?
I'm dying.
Yeah.
Now, that wasn't some Snap story I dug up. That was just some content that Koala thought would be funny, took a video of herself saying it, sent it to her editor, watched herself say it in a vlog, filmed herself watching it, sent that to her editor, watched it again, and still thought she was innocent enough of a creature to post it without any backlash. And if the behavior hadn't escalated to the point where someone felt the need to say something, she never would have. Mac, thankfully for us tuning in, decided to respond on Instagram.
Alright, I'm not even gonna bother introducing this video. If you know what's going on, you know what's going on.
Her professionalism was great. She started with accountability.
Let me just go ahead and dive right in. Angela, thank you so much. You extended your generosity in more than one way. I, on more than one occasion, took advantage of that generosity because I knew that I was unable to reciprocate that generosity to you. And so for that, I am sorry.
She led to an apology.
I am sorry that I accepted the generosity knowing that I couldn't reciprocate it. That I know that made you feel unloved and sad. And I'm truly sorry for that.
And then she redirected to what this is actually about.
This was never about me and you. I didn't do this to you. How you treated people has led you to this moment. This has nothing to do with me. The only reason I ever opened my mouth about anything was because you are gaslighting Lexi. I fully believe that that incident happened and you need to take accountability and apologize for it. That's all she wants. Acknowledge it and apologize. Whether or not you remember that incident happening doesn't matter. It had a very significant impact on Lexi. And I can vouch and say that I've seen you try to turn a whole industry against her. I've heard you talk to companies and say you won't work with them if they're working with her. I've watched you isolate this girl, and enough is enough. I won't let you do it again. I believe what she has to say. That's what this is about. So I hope that you can take notes from this video and learn how to acknowledge and apologize, because that's what Lexi deserves.
Because yes, none of this has to do with Mac. All of this has to do with Koala's behavior, and we can't just give her a pass for that. She can't just keep posting like regular uploads and just getting the same amount of love because she's popular.
We're literally trying to get someone with a giant platform to hold accountability for their disgusting behavior. The amount of influencers that were her friends and reached out to her to try to get accountability, she completely shut them the fuck down, and it's happened time and time and time again, and it will continue to happen until somebody gets called out.
And this whole situation really calls into question Koala's authenticity.
Now that you have your public apology and your public acknowledgement, I hope that you can stop holding these things over my head. I've heard too many times about all the great things you've done for me, and I've expressed my gratitude so many times, and I've apologized so many times that I don't know how many more times you need. Here it is. Here's the public one. You did do all of those really nice things for me, and I will forever be grateful. There was a lot of bullshit in your video. I'm only going to correct one thing. I would like for you to go back and watch where you say, when you met me, you had nothing. When I met you, Mac, you had nothing. I've never seen a more prime example of a condescending comment in my life. That was incredibly rude, incredibly condescending, and untrue. simply untrue. Just because you had more in your bank account and more material things doesn't mean that I had nothing. Not only did I have an excellent support system, but I was making money on YouTube. Although my main YouTube channel got deleted, I still had a whole successful one. That was my private YouTube channel that was doing fine. I had like 60,000 followers on there. I had like 100,000 on Instagram. Let's not get it twisted. You absolutely helped me out of a tight spot, but to say that I had nothing is so condescending. It's so condescending. I don't know how you value wealth in your life, but my bank account isn't the only thing.
I believe that plenty of her fan base will stay loyal to her, and an even larger amount of them will probably never hear about this drama. And I want you guys to feel just how comfortable it was for Koala to bring up money again and again and again, just like it was for me watching it. And think about how horrible Mac must feel watching that video. Can't imagine going online and saying all of those things about somebody that was supposed to be my friend.
I would reach out to companies that I work with. I would ask them to pay for ad space on the WeTube. I would offer my own time and resources to create ads for these companies to play on the WeTube ad. I would then send raw videos to the WeTube team and pay $150 out of my own pocket for that video to be edited into a commercial, to be put in front of all the WeTube videos so that they get some money and some attention and some sponsors. When I asked to just get a little bit of acknowledgement about the work that I'm putting into it, and that I was upset that my photo or like Sasha's photo or people that have actually been writing for the WeTube wasn't used on the app as an example of what you're gonna see, that's being thrown back in my face. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna apologize for that. That was well deserved.
If there was any moment in Koala's entire career that encompassed her character more than any other, it was that one.
When I posted this, the amount of people that had DM'd me saying, oh my god, this was my experience, I relate, or oh my god, I hate her too, or oh my god, blah, 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 or oh my god, I'm not surprised.
And even just influencers
influencers being like, oh my god, I had a horrible experience with her, we're not friends anymore, and all this stuff. All I have to say, is she friends with anybody she was friends with a year ago? Just go back. Go see if she was on that birthday trip.
Maybe the ones who work for companies that pay her.
You need to change your behavior. You need to grow the fuck up and look in at yourself and realize what you're doing wrong to lose all these friends.
Her image as a genuine, authentic, real person is shattered. A real person, the person who would make those videos in earnest, would never make videos like this. Koala is a 420 friendly character that she plays.
Oh my god, please.
She tried to murder me in Denver, and that was nowhere near any holiday.
But in her response video, she peels back that little mask and shows us that she might just be a self-righteous bully who smokes weed.
Everybody has good and bad. Everybody. I could sit here and air out all of you guys. I'm not gonna. Y'all can't even cancel me. You're making shit up. You guys really think as one individual I could hold you back if you really wanted something? No one's holding me back.
In response to some pretty serious sexual harassment accusations that borderline sexual assault, she called out an old roommate for some unpaid bills and a head injury.
Oh, y'all are fucking coming after me right now with how terrible of a person I'm supposedly am, how I'm supposedly racist, how I supposedly sexually assaulted people, but I'm over here recording music, working, hustling, working on the next thing because I know that this is all false.
Jumping into the next thing didn't really help Koala this time. MacDizzle, a glass and paraphernalia company that's going through their own racism-related controversy right now, announced that they were going to be doing an anti-bullying themed collaboration with none other than Koala Puffs. Then they caught wind of what was actually going on and heard more about the situation. So MacDizzle decided not to do that. In a now deleted Instagram post, they announced that they would be canceling their collaboration and that they had heard more about the situation and decided to not be moving forward with Koala.
And I know that karma is a thing out there, and karma knows when you're out there putting out bad energy, and that's why I don't want to sit here and put out bad energy for anybody. I just wanted to sit here and state how confused I am because I feel like I've been doing nothing but writing for people, lining things up, trying to be good. Do I snap sometimes? Of course.
I'm gonna come out and say that I don't really feel bad for Koala in this situation. I feel for her truly because I relate to her, and I think her being relatable was a big part of her brand. And so many of us grow up and get bullied or don't have friends for a variety of reasons, but sometimes you learn that the biggest obstacle to you living your best life or having really good friends is you. Angela had all of these amazing people and opportunities in her life, and she turned her back on those things.
I used to take her videos, I posted that shit on my fucking feed, my LexiJune 420, and it got 30,000 views in the first hour. And this was back when Instagram did not fucking block cannabis content the way they did. And that shit popped the fuck off, even doing all that. I still got fucked over. Do I think she remembers any of the shit she did? Some of it, yes. Some of it, fuck no. She didn't think it was a problem. She wasn't thinking twice about it. It was just like the character,
this is just
the person she turned into. That's not who I became friends with. I don't know what happened. I don't know what fucking happened.
She flew too close to the dab rig and got herself burned.
I know you guys don't really know about my past, but I have had a very tough childhood. It was not easy. I moved around a lot as a kid, so I never really had friends. And it's amazing for me to see myself here surrounded with, 11 girls that are just so amazing.
As a kid, I didn't really have a lot of friends either. I was bullied, not a lot of people in school liked me, but as I got older, I got better and better friends. Because not only did I learn to surround myself with great people, but I learned how to grow into the person that would keep them around. Life is about changing, and Koala isn't willing to change. She wasn't willing to take accountability or to change her toxic traits for the betterment of her friendships, just like she wasn't willing to change her behavior for the sake of her career. People seem to be sticking by Lexi. People seem to be sticking by Mac. I'm wondering who's going to stick by Angela. I thought silenced hippie, but she was at the Weed Tube launch.
You come right here, hold right there.
And I noticed that Angela doesn't follow her on any social media accounts anymore. So that's weird. Trying to be a YouTuber and trying to promote a healthy cannabis lifestyle are two very different things.
You were there, was it like 4 years ago when I tried to do a YouTube channel and I could not come up with any ideas and I was not smoking weed at the time. I really think that this flower brought out the creativity in me.
Most influencers want to be influencers. They don't start out just thinking that they want to show some rando on the other side of the planet their breakfast. No, it's 2020. Most of us start social media accounts to try to make money off of it. We're all going to be making money on the internet eventually. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be compensated with a comfortable lifestyle for doing something that you love. That's the dream. Capitalism sucks that way.
Some people start a page and connect with people for certain reasons, and then some people, pretend to connect with people and just basically squeeze as much money out of their followers.
Koala acts like she built the online cannabis industry, as if she were the end-all be-all of bitches who smoke marijuana. Like, okay, you wanted to be a YouTuber. We're all in this rat race together.
Racist? I don't even know how to address that.
Well, Koala, that's exactly the problem now, isn't it? Everyone is asking you to take accountability, but you would rather deny the problem exists.
Another thing that I'm also very, just embarrassed that I hadn't spoken about before, Koala has made several racist remarks. And there's definitely been a couple times where I had to be like, no, you can't say that. But also in certain situations, I do feel like a fucking pussy that I didn't fucking say anything. Okay, so I know that we've all noticed, most of us anyway have noticed that she has never had a person of color on her Instagram until George Floyd died. Maybe one, maybe two. That is because I think she was prejudiced towards those people, and there's been several situations. I wrote down 3. MacDizzle specifically tried many times to educate her, and I distinctly remember a comment being made to MacDizzle along the lines of, I can't even make jokes in my own house, which Koala said to her, wanting to make fun of people for certain things. One of the first times that I heard her say something racist was when we were talking about planning a party. We had mentioned collaborating with Sendog for a party, and Koala specifically said, okay, I just don't want it to be ghetto, with the same face. It was then that I decided I was never going to work on an event with her ever after that. There was a Halloween party, Mackenzie and Koala's Halloween party, and I had brought a couple friends with me. One of them was an old roommate of mine, and he's black also. There was a costume contest, and so everybody that had their costume on came up to the front, got in like a line to be like announced and whatever. He called himself the hood pharmacist. So he had like, he's a biology major, so he had his jacket on, he had his glasses on, and he looked like a doctor, pharmacist, whatever. He had like pill bottles. He is in line, he is getting ready to be announced. He's coming out and she goes, okay, now we got the Compton hookup. You know, not every black person is from Compton, and not all people from Compton are black.
Now, clearly I'm not the best person to talk about this issue, so I'm gonna do what white people have done for decades, ask a black woman for help.
We cannabis in this bitch, long time, no smoke.
Queen Cannabis is a small-scale cannabis influencer, but I kind of get the feeling that there's a reason for that.
Racism is real, we all know that. So I don't want any of us to pretend or play like we're oblivious to that, because that would just be ignorant as fuck.
She likes to talk about things that are true.
Koala Puffs and MacDizzle in particular. Those two have been flying under the fucking rug for a very long time. And I never brought them up when I was calling out the weed tube, when I was calling out Aaron Richard. But I felt, I'm gonna leave them alone for right now. That's just what I felt at the time. But right now it's like, all of a sudden we're down with the fucking brown.
What's going on, you guys? And welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we have a Wow Ash Wow over here.
Now, the reason I'm not going too into the MacDizzle spectrum is because she's a little funny to me. It's like she's kind of been down with the brown, but her brown was replaced by JoyaRide. That's why I say sis is kind of funny to me. Now all of a sudden you fucking with another brown, and it's only after the weed tube bullshit happens. And the same thing for Koala Puffs. She started fucking with this tall black dude a little bit after the weed tube shit popped off, and I'm like, is this affirmative action? Or y'all really fuck with these people? Because it's funny how we'll see them, like for Koala Puffs, we seen them that one time and we ain't seen them since.
Alright, I think it's time to stab somebody!
Like the box.
Yeah!
Like the box. There we go.
I really feel like you just fucking with Alicia because it's a good time right now. Y'all brought her in as a pawn to show that the weed tube is paying creators and to show that they're fucking with POC. Like, I'm not a fucking idiot. Like I said, we can't pretend like we're oblivious to everything. At first it was like, pawn. Now I see it like, well, she's popping at the time, so we might as well continue to fuck with it. This shit just has to stop, right? And we should be talking about a progressive movement. Let's talk about a progressive way of doing things. Y'all, all of a sudden, and I think it's because one, it's a trend, and two, you gotta protect an image. You don't want to lose, you know, minority followers. You don't want that one person. It takes one person to be like, oh, but they quiet. Koala Puffs ain't saying shit. MacDizzle ain't saying shit. They not doing shit. Black Lives Matter, huh? Like, it takes one person to do that. So I feel like that's really why a lot of posts are starting to go up all of a sudden.
She was very weirded out that I was like, we're gonna pull into this alley to film. Do you want to tell us a little about yourself?
My name's Mickey and I do Green Tucker 420 and I'm just here chilling with you.
You want to take this one for the team?
I don't want to take it for the team, make me a predicament.
Like MacDizzle collaborated like, I don't know how many photos of black people like in a post. And I just, in my mind, and it's a little joke, but it's like, this is the most black people I've seen on her page, period. This is more than the amount of actual black creators that you fuck with in the cannabis community. Koala mentioned in my inbox that I'm attacking her for helping. Not at all, sis. No offense. But white people love to throw the word attack around a lot, and I don't like that word. That word is like attacking you. Like, girl, stop. And then I told her, that's exactly what I said, girl, stop. Screenshot. And she said, I'm not using nice words. Like, we all grown here. Put your money where your mouth is. For y'all, it's like, okay, wow, I'm fucked. If I do, if I don't. If I start now, then y'all gonna say it's affirmative action, you know, and if I haven't been doing it in the past, y'all thinking I'm racist. All right, I'll give you a break. Moving forward, fuck all the trends, fuck all the hashtags, fuck all the protests, fuck all of that. Going to the protest and all the posts, that's cool. Thank you. We appreciate all that. But put y'all's money where y'all mouth is. Start supporting us for real. Start uplifting us. But if you really don't fuck with people of color, it's gonna fucking show.
How's that look?
I think it looks beautiful, just like you and your bald head.
Good.
It's like an 8-ball.
Touch it slow. Imagine.
Can I ask it questions?
What? Go ahead. Ask a fucked up question. Go ahead.
Am I going to get laid in the next 6 months?
By whom?
Somebody really rich and famous and attractive and tall. Tall, dark, and handsome. Maybe just tall and handsome.
Let's forget the rich part. Let's not just tall, dark, and handsome.
My career started with the Loaded Up Entertainment. And they've come and filmed with me throughout my entire career. I filmed with them at their place, then they came to mine and my ex-boyfriend's place when Koala Puffs' new account started.
All right, so first of all, this is just embarrassing. Imagine trying to use the "I have black friends" excuse in literally 2020.
My original page was deleted. This page that you guys see now, this is my second page. A lot of that content is gone for like 9 months worth of content.
Keep that same energy 24/7, 365, then I'll just shut the fuck up.
And one more thing. I want to show you one last video that Koala uploaded because I think that it really shows the way that her mental state is going and kind of what she's taking away from this whole situation. And considering as how she's been uploading pretty regularly, I don't really think that she has taken any time to think critically or sit with the fact that she has no more friends. She's just cranking that content out, which, you know, get that bag. But Koala goes to Maine, a place where she had been to with all of her friends.
Hello, you guys. We are in Maine. I'm in Maine right now. I'm sure you all see how crazy of a year it has been in just about every country. Something's going down in our personal lives. So I wanted to do a sesh today where we kind of focus on the good things that are around us. I know sometimes it's really hard to focus on that.
And she seems to be there by herself.
Especially with a lot of things falling apart or a lot of things going wrong.
And she seems like she's crying.
There's a lot going on again, and there's a lot to be angry about and to be worried about and to be stressed about.
Almost crying. She thanks herself for taking big risks rather than thanking anyone else for being where she is in her career or thanking those friends.
I'm grateful for what I get to do for a living. I get to create content. I get to wake up every day and be creative, and that all took risks. So my gratefulness is going towards me taking the risks that I took to get here today, to move to California, to quit my job and do this full time, to believe in myself. You gotta believe in yourself on your end. You can do it.
And why is she going into this motivational stuff now? It seems like a pretty desperate attempt to keep that following.
You deserve that. Everyone deserves that. Even some people that are crappy, yes, they also deserve it, because if they get some love, they won't be so mean to other people. Maybe. I set a goal and then I don't try to stress out about how many steps it's gonna take to get there. I just focus on, well, what's the first step? Okay, done. What's the next step? Okay, done.
Self-help crowd and the hippie marijuana crowd seem like they could be in tandem. I don't know, maybe she's trying to make that a thing.
The amount of things in my life that have gone wrong, that seemed like the worst thing in the world at the time, seemed like it was gonna break me, seemed like it was gonna be the end of me. I'm grateful for those tough times. I'm grateful for the struggles, those little struggles, those little shit that goes wrong all the time. I truly believe is the universe putting us back on track where it needs us to be.
That whole thing about the universe, what a stoner conversation. In conclusion, I'm not gonna be suddenly pro-Mac because I have better things to do. I don't personally really care about this drama. Making this video has been fun, as it always is from an outsider's perspective. I get to look over the controversies and the tea and just sort of have a good laugh about it. I don't really stan anyone except Blackpink because it's a waste of time, and at the end of the day, it's just not logical. I don't know the whole story. Joya and MacDizzle could have easily been catty, manipulative bitches that gaslit Koala into acting like a crazy person.
She was super jealous of Maya and Mackenzie's friendship.
I personally find that unlikely, but hey, it's possible. You can feel free to check out my sources and formulate an opinion for yourself. I've talked to other people about this situation and they disagreed with me, so you never know. And some people were saying that Joya and Lexi might not seem that genuine because they were laughing during their videos. You know, the demeanor is chill, very off the cuff. There's no script. When I heard that LexiJune had made allegations, I was expecting a 10-minute video, concise, telling the story how it happened. Basically a twit longer read aloud. But then I remembered these are stoners. And not only are they stoners, but this is 2020. Hundreds of thousands of people are dying from a disease that half of America doesn't admit exists. If you can't laugh about your own sexual assault, are you even human?
Did you file a police report? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I had a bad friend? You want me to call the police? Lost my respect, you hating ass bitch. You just can't get along with everyone else. Haha, bye. Lies, get over yourself. And that's why I shut the fuck up about it 2 years ago.
They're allowed whatever attitude they want when they call her out. LexiJune doesn't have to be overly emotional to be believed.
I thought it would be cool if I took the sound that says Lexi doesn't dab dab or whatever, and if I turned it into like a sick beat and came up with like a diss track. No, just kidding, not a diss track. Did anybody else catch the vibe or just me? So that was the vision I had, but honestly, severely affected my mental health, I can't lie. Severely affected my business and my income and my ability to pay bills.
This is not some victimless drama. Koala is actively ruining people's careers.
Since then, she's affected my way of income. She's affected my page. She's affected her page. She's affected her income.
Companies have dropped us because she's told them things that aren't
Lies.
true. It's convenient that my page went through all those deletions when I came out talking about it back in November 2018 or whatever. I don't even want to say the stuff I want to say because it's not like, some of it's like speculation and putting things together and putting two and two together. I had other influencers be like, I tried to call her out on something and then I woke up the next day and my account was gone. I'm like,
Sexual assault was an escalation of her manipulation tactics. To me, it seems like she felt Lexi was a threat and wanted to put her in her place. Which is a little Jeffree Star of her, I must say. Her racist behavior is pretty well documented, and people who call this out feel like they're kicked out of the industry altogether. I'm pretty safe, because nobody knows who I am. I'll fuck with you, Queen Cannabis. I think you're cool. Although you may have to rip out the bong for me, because, you know, I can't smoke blunts. I had road surgery. Tobacco is a no-go, but I hope we can be friends. So basically, I hope that Koala will knock off her shit and everybody can go back to living their lives.
This is the only video that I'm gonna make and put out there. I didn't even think that I was gonna have to make this, honestly, because I thought that everybody that's watched me for the past 3 years, people that have lived with me, people that have been at my house, that have traveled with me, would know who I am. And I did not think that I was gonna have to sit here and defend myself. I know if I feel like somebody's racist or somebody's mean or somebody's bringing people down, I don't hang out with them. So ask yourself, if I was this person, would all these people constantly come with me on trips, stay at my house, bond with my mom, fly out for my events, paying for their own flights to come and support and to help work out stores like when we had Hemp Koala? What changed? Is there because there's no more traveling and opportunity?
I wanted to talk about this mostly because it's fun, but because at first I thought this was going to be a really big hit for Koala, but she doesn't really seem like she's lost that big of a following. She only lost about 2,000 followers in the past month, and her subscriber count is still technically in the positive, so she isn't losing that many followers, just her reach is going down. Plus, Koala said this.
What happened? What could I have done in the meantime that made everybody turn on me? And I would love to talk about this. If someone can explain it to me, I would really appreciate it because I honestly don't understand.
So here's the explanation, Koala. I'm posting on 2 platforms even, so you can see it. Not that you'll ever watch this. I mostly did this for me and like the 6 or 7 friends that I'll share it with. If you can learn a little something from this, that's cool too. If you like more stoner content, you can follow me on my WeedTube at Stoned Queer and on my Weed Instagram at Stoned Queer. You can check out my other videos on WeedTube as well. I just recently posted a vlog explaining where I've been. If my voice sounds scratchy and weird, it's because it is. Had cancer. That was a thing. If you like this kind of breakdown of my opinions on things that don't matter, you can follow me on YouTube. I have a video about J.K. Rowling where I ranted a lot. Follow me on Instagram at AugustQ. I'm gonna start doing Twitch soon.
I'll talk about how Nug Thug is whack as well at some point.
Anyway, thanks so much for watching.